Thank you for letting me know, T-Max. Really appreciate it. I haven't got some of the things set up automatically over there, so I am still winging it. Malgan, you took your bastard to 304 speed today. Nice one. I've heard some modding recommendations for that group now. Obviously we know what the teal wants, but I think I heard today it was something on the lines of you want. I think it was. I can't remember what the recommendation was for Bastila. I've got a feeling it was survivability. Let me see if I can find the comment that was asking about it. Feels like only today I saw it, so I haven't been like in many servers today. I've got a feeling it's something like modding Bastila for protection, but then you want tenacity on Jolie. I didn't watch it, but I heard about it. I was a bit shocked how badly Liverpool did. You know, not like shocked in the sense of, oh wow, how did that happen? You know, obviously they've been crap all season, but still there are levels of crapness, and I didn't think they were going to hit them. I doubt Bastila will matter too much. JKR just needs to be a little bit faster than Satil. The thing I heard about Bastila, oh god, I'm really wishing I could remember that post now. It was something on the lines of the buffs that she passively passes on. It was something like that. And it was something that made me go, oh, okay, she's got more to her than I realised. Maybe I was in, like, I've got Playbook server, but it wouldn't be Playbook. I'm sure I haven't been there today, anyway. Ooh, cheeky get. Where the hell did I see it? Yeah, not exactly like what people are saying, but this is what someone was saying, that they've heard JKR as fast as possible, Bastila tanky, the speed can dip as a result, and Jolie high tenacity. There we go. I knew I'd seen it somewhere today. It's one of my guildmates. Best Poncho Bro team. Obviously got the core three, Queen, Pow, and Master Qui-Gon. Honestly, Bad Bat Checo usually gets in there. And from there, I think nowadays, probably Shaco GMY is the fifth. But it all depends on Datacrons and all that kind of stuff. So if there's a good Datacron for a Jedi and they wouldn't go with JML or something, you can throw it in there. So yeah, it's always worth keeping an eye out for what's knocking about. I think right now, if I was using Queen and Fives, I'd probably do Echo and Jack or Echo and GMY, depending how my teams are lined up. Pirates. 1, 2, 3. And let's just throw some duds in here. Alright, let's capture this dude. Give this one a punching. Okay, not what I meant, but we'll cope with it. Ooh, okay. All right, let's pass that to Ondo. That could be a good shout. I was saying to myself yesterday, you know, the Cassian stuff was sort of being... it was in game, and I was looking, I thought, what am I going to do my R6 on? Because it feels almost a waste to use it on something that's not low Rallic or Gear 12 even, but equally, a lot of the things that are there for a reason, you know, they're not good. So it's kind of a weird catch-22 where you want to maximize the usage, but you don't want to waste it on something memey. I think if it was needed, this goes to show that you need Bane, ideally. Your best was 76k HP and 93k protection. That seems solid. I mean, we're talking, what, 160 combined? That seems solid with speed. Alright, I haven't got crew lead, so I can throw Slacker at this, but honestly, I might hold it just because I know that can be a bit iffy around here. Hello, Great One, how you doing? Okay, we've used Pirate King Hondo, so try JML. I say try because I lose a bit of confidence with JML. Let's give that a go. Pass that to Gas. A bit poor, really, that he gains 2 stacks of confusion via that. You know, it's like... I'm not a fan of that, let's phrase it that way. Can we go on assist? Yeah. By the way, anyone tuning in for GA, we are going to be getting there. In fact, I've got to do my fleet climb in a minute. But I am way behind on my TV, so I thought I'd better crack on with it. My planning for this round of GAC also took a hit for similar reasons. Didn't really have a lot of time before the round locked into Luke. Okay. I always find that first wave is okay when it comes to this team, but yeah, it doesn't seem to get better. Alright, we'll do that just in case we can grant any buffs. Apparently not. Yeah, Yoda's dead. The shame JML doesn't work in the same way that C does in terms of someone dies, they recover health and protection. I know it'd just be like mirroring each other, but it's a shame. Feels like it'd be more suited for a Jedi than a Sith. I could really do a Cal getting in here. Anytime, Cal. Let's do that. I feel like that's what I've shot for. I did do a remod the other day because I saw last stream that the teal was just not how I meant it to be. And yeah, I was thinking to myself, how am I going to do Jolie? And I did settle on trying to just get him to as close to 100% tenacity. Don't think he got there, but if he got close enough, then it felt like at least I was doing something. I mean, I've always rated Jolie with tenacity anyway, so doesn't feel like that big a veering from where I normally go anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I'm not knocking it. It's just I've always liked the crit avoid. I figure if you can't take Jolie out, then it becomes a nightmare. Okay. So I need to hop over and do a fleet battle. Well, at least see where my fleet battles are. Let's quickly do that. Ooh, wow. Okay, we've got a few to do. If I'd realised, I'd have done one earlier. Okay, so we get to use a special now. Tell you what, yesterday, the reason I didn't stream yesterday, we had the football on the afternoon, and I always try and make those kind of days a full day with my mum. And we watched a Stoke match, and very weird one, because if anyone who doesn't follow football, the team we were up against, Sheffield Wednesday, they're in a bit of a bad situation right now. The owner pretty much sodded off. He hasn't been... They've gone into administration because of his neglect. And it was a very strange game for the fact that Stoke supporters are usually quite loud. You know, we've dropped from where we were years ago, but we are still quite a loud bunch of folks when we want to be. Yet yesterday, I did not hear the Sheffield Wednesday supporters making noise once during the entire game. It was just one of those moments where you sort of realise why you love football a little bit, because it's like they're definitively going down a division next season, so you know it's bad for them in terms of the sporting side of everything. They haven't got an owner still, they're still in administration. Yet the support that the fans were showing was just brilliant. You know, even if it was just kind of a little bit one tone at times, you know, they just didn't let up, and it's like, you gotta love it. I don't think you see it in a lot of other areas of sport. Yeah, maybe I'm just being biased and I can't think of something, but it does feel like that. Yeah, just to clarify, I'm not saying Jolie doesn't want health. I mean, I think with the current setup, how you'd probably be leaning is you'd want health protection and tenacity. Let me see, what did I do with him in the end? So he's got health mods. Bit of tenacity, bit of health, speed, crit avoid, speed, health, speed. Not a great mod there, if I'm being honest. Tenacity, speed, no health, that's a bummer. Speed, health, speed. But yeah, definitely could have improved. I mean, 96k health, tenacity's 80k, 80%, I'd like 100. Crit avoids at 37, that is bare minimum. I'll tell you what, I'll roll that now while I'm thinking about it. That way, it is at least the 35, so yeah, it goes up to 48. Yeah, I think that's a fair way of looking at it, Mol. I mean, it's completely right about the max health, you know, and obviously the idea he gives off protection up, or was it protection up? Not that one, sorry, this one. There was one that gives. Yeah, there we go. It grants that ally protection up, that's it. Based off 50% of his max health. So again, there are benefits to modern health. I'm not trying to take away from that. I've always just gone with this, though. He has 100% tenacity. At the start of battle, he gains bonus crit avoidance equal to half his tenacity. So we're at 180 currently. So he will be giving bonus crit avoidance equal to half of that. So that's 90% crit avoid, which on top of the 48 takes it to 138 crit avoid. So he is going to be incredibly hard to hit crit, you know, unless you've got like 200 plus crit chance. So, well, not 200, but, you know, 150 plus, whatever. So, yeah, that's why I just love that way of going for him. Blame DB for this, that's all I'm going to say. DB sold me on it when he did a video donkeys ago, and I still buy into it. Lady Geek, good morning. Good afternoon here, how you doing? Well, if Satil goes down and Jolie's got a revive that can't be prevented, then I'd say yes. You know, I'd want Jolie being the last line of keeping the battle alive versus, you know, not. This is all me saying, by the way, without having actually played with Satil, because I haven't got a platform to play with her, but that's how I'm assuming it would work. Would that make your Jolie have 200% tenacity from the mods as unique? If so, that's a lot of crit avoid. I mean, yeah, if it's 100%, then why not? Oh, Croissant, I didn't say hello to you. I did see your name pop up. How you doing? Apologies, that was a bit rude of me. Only have one requirement left. 3 relics on Sky Guy left until the sea journey begins. And I remember you saying the other day you were getting a bit eager, shall we say, to get the relic levels. I mean, how I can say it, at least it's getting closer for you. It's the right move. Nah. Let's do that. I think it's a universal thing with relic requirements in GL chases, at least at that level of the game where it's like, yeah, you just want it to be done with. You know, I won't even say GL chases, it's any journey chase. Like, for right now, my thoughts are kind of loosely on Maul and when he comes back. And I'm just getting a little bit irritated not knowing if Maul's going to be a Relic 7 requirement. Well, I say Maul, his characters are going to be Relic 7 requirements, Relic 8 requirements, Relic 9 requirements, God forbid, Relic 10 requirements. You know, it's where your head goes because you're kind of just constantly thinking, what do I need to do with these characters? You're debating what to focus on next as outside of your tune-ups. You're very close to being done with Jabba's grind. Honestly, Jabba's so worth it. I mean, if you look at my mod scores, they've gone up so much with Jabba, and even on Crimson before I stopped playing that account, it was going up with that. Pirate King Kondo is a safe shout as well, for the same reason. I feel like Jabba does quite a bit with TB as well, which is a nice little side benefit, whereas Pirate King Kondo, he does have TB benefits, don't get me wrong, but he's probably not as specialist. You know, he hasn't got his own missions. Let's do that. You don't need the Orange Parrot Lady. Yeah, Maz is just kind of... She's just there doing her own thing with some of the pirates. Yeah, they give you some pirates to work with for the Hondo chase. They give you Ethano, Quiggold, and Kix. And Smee was another one that goes with us sometimes. But you don't need to have Maz for it. Maz Kanata. Although, I must admit, I do have a soft touch there for Orange Pirate Lady. Okay. Right, we have got a Jabba mission to do, oddly enough. 25 seconds, let's hop here. We just saw my GA score. Ouch. I was talking to my guild leader the other day about my next Omicron, and it dawned on me pretty much straight away. I'm nowhere near an Omicron, and as I've just found out, nowhere near a Zeta. Yeah. That's how you remember it. Here we go. Yeah, that's solid. I don't even know what my Ravens are. I don't think he's as fast as he probably needs to be for what Satil wants, but go and say we can find out. I went second here, didn't I? Oh, maybe not. So I'm playing this even though I don't need to play it. Cool. Oh, let's have a look here. One way of checking it out while we're in a battle. My revenue is 313. So, not crazy fast, but probably faster than it has been for a while. I've got a feeling before that it was something like, I don't know, 290 something? Not particularly pleased with the defense primaries. But, oh well. Can I find Satil on here? Even though she's got 4 Zetas, I'm guessing she drops down the list a bit because of... There we go. Because of the Relic 3. So I've got her to 117. And if I use a bot, I think I can calculate how much goes to. Now, hopefully this doesn't break a game connection. Pretty sure it doesn't. Can't remember. Oh, that's a P unit, isn't it? There we go. Satil, right level 9. That would be pretty nice, I imagine. seems a fair jump. 95k health, up 30k, 117 protection to 170. It's a fair jump. Hopefully it'll do a good. Alright, can I get some more of this TB done before you guys see just fades into the distance? Hotel, right. I've got Bulba available. Smugglers, have I got Horn? Yep. Scoundrels. Who's knocking about? There we go. Auto base it? Maybe I'm being an idiot for doing that, but my thought process was, is it really wise to do specials? You're alive, Ada. That is good to hear. I'm going to say, I heard no news to the contrary, however. I'm going to say, if someone would like to tell me otherwise, please do. It'd be a very big loss in my chat if Ada disappeared without my knowledge. That's a different way of describing something. You know, I was thinking today was the day that we do Dantooine, I think, is it, in the middle zone? I got a day ahead of myself, and I was thinking, I really don't want to be doing the Ahsoka solo mission there. I mean, I have got Ezra now who can chill with her, but I was like, no, don't like me be doing that. That's like 20 minutes on auto. Even the Jabba one's similar. I'm doing alright, Ada. I'm going to say, we're just getting some TB out of the way. I had a little nudge from my guild before I started my stream saying, you haven't done your TB. You know, like, just an automated message. And I was like, okay, I think I better do it. I have got a plan, by the way, for something different to start from next week. I'll say different. It's something that's familiar and something different at the same time. I've started the process of creating a new channel again. So that would take me up to 3. Now, part of my thought process was my main channel, well, the one you both watching on, that's primarily going to be staying as it is in terms of going to be doing SWGOH on here. You know, I feel like trying to veer away from that is just not... It's not a good call. But the one thing that was doing... the one thing that was a bit of fun before SWGOH or around SWGOH was Marvel Snap. And I'm still playing it, obviously. So I've started creating a Snap channel. A little bit tricky as far as I want to try and get some graphics for it, you know, in terms of, like, you know, channel art, etc. But I'm hoping I can get up and running for the start of the week, with there being a new season in the game. It'd be nice if I could get that going. But we'll see if we can. Along those lines as well, I want to try and reorganize my Discord server at some point as well. I feel like it's got a lot of the things I like in there, but I'm wondering if it can be tidied up a bit more. I'll have to have a look. Oh, I thought we were at ult. There we go. But yeah, I jotted down a few ideas like what I could do, because if I wanted to do content on this channel like that, I'd need it to be semi-regular, like at least 5 days a week, even if it's not long videos, just maybe news kind of videos. But I did have a little jot down of thoughts, and I feel like I could get 5 days of content in a good week. Not the most straightforward of things, but I could try. I think part of me is also thinking, when it comes to SWGOH, I don't necessarily have authority. Like, I'm not someone who comes up with theory crafts or anything like that. So it feels slightly better going into a game where maybe I'm just a little bit more knowledgeable. Yeah, I mean, I respect that, Ada. I mean, I think for me, I was close to that last year when they made a few changes I didn't like. That's why I stopped making videos on my channel. But they did turn it around a lot for me. But and just for the record, it's a shame you sort of did that, because they actually did something really fun the other day. For April Fools, I shared it in my server. Let me just bring this up. Essentially, they did a game mode where you would get multiples of the same card. So, for instance, they gave you this deck where you got like 3 Grandmasters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of this new card, Ramatut. And it was just absolute carnage. I mean, with this guy, this was a destroy deck that I think had something like 4 Deadpools, 4 Carnages, 2 Venoms, and a Null or something. And it was absolute madness in terms of, you know, there was just so many broken lines you could play. Yeah, it was only on for 48 hours to sort of mark April Fool's Day. They did April Fool's Day. But it was pretty cool, you know, in the sense of just mixing up the basic gameplay a little bit. And I think that players of the game really screamed that from the rooftops that they liked it. So fingers crossed the developers hear it and try and do more things like it. I know that they've said not too recently, but recently enough, that they were working on draft mode, which is something that has been screamed for like pretty much since the game launched, which is essentially, you know, you pick random cards and play against someone with those random cards. So that could be cool as well when that finally lands. But yeah, it's why I'm going to try and lean into it a bit, because I'm still enjoying it. That's one more off the executor checklist then, Ada. Actually, let me just back out of here. I think we're here. Yeah. Alright, I have got time, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try that little idea that was given to me the other day. I did try it on my own and I didn't have success with it. But let's just see. Yeah, Chris, how you doing, man? Okay, so we're going to be able to do this to get tenacity up. Alright, man, how about yourself? I'm not entirely sold on this for what it's worth, but I do want to just give it another go, because maybe I wasn't playing it right. Okay. We do that. put that there. Okay, we get that first. Nice one, man. I'm going to say, I've just been saying about how I'm thinking of starting another channel for Marvel Snap. Just try and beat the YouTube algorithm a bit. I'm crossing my fingers I could get up and running for next week. Okay, we lose that. But we should be able to ult next turn. Off the top of my head, I can't remember much else for that Ada. You can check the Rex if you want. I mean, Piet's obviously one higher than you need. You know what, I'm going full auto from here because I don't think I'm going to beat the AI in terms of speed. Let's pull this up. Right, so it's Razor Crest 7-star, Slave 1 7-star, IG 2007, Houndstooth TIE Advance, TIE Bomber, and Imperial TIE Fighter at 7 stars. And the relic requirements were Vader at 7, Piet at 8, Bulba at 8, TIE Fighter at 5, Bosk at 5, IG 88 at 5, Dengar at 5. So it sounds like you're close. I don't think there's anything there that I missed. Yeah, so you just gotta wait for the event, come around then. I think it's midway through the month. Alright, 35 seconds to take out 2 ships. Yeah, it's I think the 14th of the month. 14th, 15th maybe? And that's to unlock it at 4 stars. Alright, we've just about got there. I'm glad I went full auto. Alright, what's this exact? Yeah, let's swap them two. Okay, so Ghost will die. Let's just basic over here for a minute. Bye-bye. Okay, Ghost actually again. Surprise, surprise. Now it's dead. Okay, basic. Okay. Razor Crest. Stick with the basic. Well, that was poop. Feels important to try and get Breach on their side, just for the fact that it means that we keep taunting. Okay, Houndstooth down. Doesn't feel like a major exaggeration to say that's half the battle won. Hey, Snappy, how you doing? Okay. We're making progress. Slow, but we are making it. That's Kessel done. I've got one fleet I can do here. That'll do. No, TV gameplay. I feel you. I had a ping from my guild before I started, and I thought I better do it. Call it one disadvantage of streaming: the fact that if you don't do your platoon, well, if you don't do your combat missions, your guild will know. I say it jokingly. Alright, let's smack that. Bang on the money, Kit. How you doing, man? This man knows what's going on. Alright, fly back. No worries, man, no worries. I'm going to say, it feels like this has just taken longer than I would like, but that is what TB is, unfortunately. Especially when you get to these later planets, it's like... Oh, I said it earlier, we've got the Ahsoka combat mission tomorrow, and I call it that because it is what she does. But it takes 20 minutes. It's like, come on. It might warm me up for the GAC, that is one thing. Yeah, I've been slipping a bit of flick climbing. You know, that is one thing I can definitively say for you, that in the time you've not been playing SWGOH, you have not missed anything when it comes to fleet, really. That is still the same old story. And say I'll raise the sarcasm sign for you. Let's see, where's Spectre? Fulcrum, and let's just throw two losers in with them. Cut and Clone Wars Chewie. Alright, full auto. By the way, this irritates me beyond belief. I don't know if someone can explain it to me, but how is it that Fulcrum can get dazed? I thought she had anti-daze in a kit. Or am I just imagining that? Yeah, that one is a pain, just for the fact that you're essentially playing a weird game of don't use specials in a game where specials are kind of the special sauce. You haven't heard the news, Kit. Cup is going to be meta. Genuinely, and not with DCs either. If you can work out the character that is going to lift Cup up, I will be impressed without Googling or any of that nonsense. I don't know about our guild, but Fish in my chat was always Cup mad. Specifically, Cup had to be 269 speed. Yeah, I'm going to say, I feel like the meme might have wore off. That's the trick. That's the trick. Let me just take top auto a second. I want to try and make sure that we get this Death Trooper before Black feels a bit of pain. We can do that. Yeah, it does feel a bit like CG were like, alright, we're going to ruin this fun. Ooh, okay, one down. What was it? A Relic 10 Cup and a Relic 10 Ugnaught they've done? Ooh, wow, okay, I don't like that. Again, this is what gets me. Why is she able to be death marked? I mean, is it this? Takes reduced damage from that, takes massive damage from that. I know it isn't technically death mark as normal, but it still feels like it shouldn't be a thing. Alright. Now, yeah, the scout was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, if only I could do it. Let's do that. Can I just stun him? That'll do. Nope, still kind of doing that. Just for the giggles. You know me and Ewoks. I feel upset I haven't done anything with my Ewoks here. For a low-cost price, I'd be tempted. If anything, for silly reasons like this, that, you know, Clone Wars Chewie and Scout were both things that I just got paid a low price for, and suddenly they're just chipping in like this. Yeah. $10, I think they were. Actually, I think it might have been $5. You might regret doing that with Cup. We just get Gid out. He's kind of winding me up now. There we go, die. Right, full auto. He was just taking the mickey a bit there. But yeah, they have introduced a new faction. the Constable faction. Cup, Caradoon, and Lobot. Cobb Vanth will be the leader. And he's got 3 Omicrons that offer different game modes. So he's got a leadership for Grand Arena. He's got a unique for Territory Wars. And his special is a TB Omicron. And yeah, I'm not denying that, just for what it's worth. And this actually, it's strong against Hook Cartel, Pirates, Scoundrels, and Smugglers because they gain the Outlaw tag, but he also gives benefits to Jawas and Tuscans, as well as these Constable allies. So I don't know exactly who the Jawa or Tuscan are that you'll be using, but in GAC there's a benefit to using Jawas. In TW there is a benefit to using Tuscans. And yeah, maybe in TB it's a mix, but either way it's like, just mix and match. It's absolutely mental. Neverton Shaman makes sense, a tank and a healer. I haven't thought much on it, but you just saying that does make a lot of sense. And I can imagine if it's like all Tuscans, then maybe... Am I wrong in thinking there's mechanic for the Tuscan TW1 that gives them something that was in the GCs? Like they gain a taunt? So maybe you can throw a tanky Tuscan in, like Shaman or something? Not Shaman, sorry, Chieftain. Maybe I'm making that up, but... Again, this is where I think it is kind of cool that you've got a lot of mix and matching with it. I feel like I'm going to need to do a poll of some sort. Try and work out what I'm going to do with my R6s for these tokens that are coming out. Because I'm kind of mixed on what to do myself. Grant 5+ to allies in 1 turn. So once they do those things, they gain the Constable tag and get a bunch of benefits. Okay. I mean, that definitely makes sense because you want them to be a part of that group as quick as possible. Oh, and again, for anyone who hasn't heard what they do, that special that's the TB Omicron, without the Omicron, it gives Cobb's allies a insta-kill on basic, if I'm right, once he's used that special. So, yeah, Cobb's going to be insta-killing. And Lobot. It's, they've cooked. Let's just say that they've cooked. I mean, as fun as it is, I am still thinking, why couldn't you have just given us a JML lifter? But, it is fun at least. Yeah, exactly. I think Cup is going to be bigger than JML moving forward. Also, something tells me I'm going to see more of the Constable team. Honestly, he can be low on your list for a bit. This is the thing, right? JML was my first GL on Temmin. I love the GL, but man oh man, they've neglected him. It kind of gets me that he can be turn meter run so badly. He needs something that punishes enemy turn meter gains. I mean, you say that, they've just added Satil Shan, so I don't think they're running out. The only thing is they made Satil an Old Republic Jedi lead. I mean, they certainly wouldn't be against reskinning. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do an all-loot team at some point just for the giggles. Even if it's just for a DC. Because CLS doesn't have much use nowadays. Farm Boys never had use. That's 4 of them. Say they bought a pilot Luke in or something, I can imagine. Oh, hang on, we got Stormtrooper Luke, I forgot about him. So in theory, they could do an all-loot team. Yeah, I bet they would do that in the future. Yeah. Pepperidge Farm remembers, eh? I mean, I remember using him a little bit with Nest to just facilitate some extra tenacity solos. But that's about it for me. I'm hoping full auto can work from here because Anakin's not going to take bonus turns. Marauder's already had its ult. We've stolen Negotiator. So yeah, we should be alright here. And if I'm right, we're done now. Oh, okay. Very rare I get Facebook messages and I just have one, I'm like, oh, who's this? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I don't think I've missed anything. I can't do anything on Catherine. I've done all I can do here because I haven't got DTMG built. I haven't got the Mandos built. I did all of Castle, did all of that, so let's deploy. Let me just double check. 220. That's all done, isn't it? 470 mix was 470, yeah. Alright, we're done. We are done. Oh, hang on, what was that? Hey, we got the max crate this time. Cool. Not that I'm aware of. In fact, Bit Dynasty put a video out today, with coincidental timing. His guild got to the Death Star planet. Well, you know. And I am going to share, I'm going to play it just for the simple fact, if anyone hasn't seen the video, you might find one of the missions funny. I'll show 2 of them, actually. I do advise you to watch his video for what it's worth. Let me see if I can find the one in particular. I think it's... Here we go, I think. Yeah, so he had a footage of someone with Moroccomi. And yeah, this was just brilliant. Like, genuinely, if my guild gets to the Death Star and they're like, come on, we want your help with DMs, I will gladly take my Morocco up to R9 and put an Omicron on if it means I can do this. That just looks so fun. As far as the other thing I wanted to show, though, this was the one that kind of got me intrigued way back when, the Vader solo mission. Like, okay, how is Vader meant to do something on his own, essentially? I thought, is it going to be like Lord Vader? But yeah, apparently it's not that straightforward, so I'm just going to skip ahead because Bit's obviously going through all the mods he uses. From what he was saying, I think that was him trying to improve his chances. So, just occurred to me on YouTube, you might actually be able to hear what he's saying. It's wave 2, that's hilarious. I mean, he just about manages to get through wave 1. Again, not skill related, Bit knows what he's doing, it's just, this isn't easy. But this is just hilarious. 143k hit on a basic from old Ben. I mean, it says it in the video, and you know, I genuinely, I do agree with what he was saying. The people who designed the CM, I would love to know what their thoughts were with it, because are they planning to give him an Omicron or something that would allow you to do it? Because otherwise, it's just like, hey, you can't do 2 out of 2. It's very bonkers. I mean, again, that's what he was saying as well. Maybe the idea was for it to be a bit memey, like, yeah, old Ben ultimately wins the duel, even though he loses in a way. But you'd think if they were going to do that, they'd at least give you 2 out of 2. You know what I mean? I don't know. Alright, let's get this ready. Oh yeah, I could have sworn I updated this earlier. Oh, never mind. Alright. This name is interesting. Ichibun Wasabi. I'll try not to giggle. There are Oddworld Abe Exodus. Can't say I've heard the guild, but I do like the name. They're bigger than me on GP. They've got more Zetas, more GA Omicrons, 427 to 404 in favour of them for Zetas, 82 GA Omicrons to 69. Gear 13's 321, i.e. the max number, to 308. I come out on top on the 25 plus score marginally, 132 to 126. They lead on 20s, 15s. I get ahead on the offense, 6%ers and 14%ers. They've got a lead on the 4% offense. I've got a lead on the 9%. Now the relics, yeah, there's an elephant in the room we need to address. Not only did they floor me in the total, 1,827 to their 2,081, they have got 15 relic 10s. I'll just say that again in case anyone didn't hear it. 15 relic 10s. Yeah, I'm not sure how to process that. I've got 34 relic 9s, they've got 38. I've got 34, they've got 38. Just make sure I said that right. I've got 23 relic 8s to their 34. I've got 99 relic 7s to their 109. I've got 9 relic 6s to their 11. And lo and behold, I'm actually ahead on the 5s and below. Their Datacrons, I've got 51 total rerolls. They've got 160. We look at the comparisons. They've got an R10 Ray, R10 JML, R10 Lil Vader, R10 Leia, R10 Ahsoka, R10 Hondo. They've got an R10 Bane, R10 Ezra, R10 Darth Raven. And if we just go into the game, let's just open up their inventory. Oh, by the way, all the marquees 7-star era level 80, which for context of... Oh, hang on, I've just realized you can't see that, can you? Where's my button gone? There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, so they're all era level 80, which for someone like Kit, who doesn't keep up with this, that essentially means they probably drop 200 extra pounds per toon to get them there. So worth keeping in mind that they are whaling. As far as the relics, though, I mean, let's have another look. Drogon's relic 10. Wow. Okay, put relic 10. I mean, they probably built that with the pack, so fair enough. Looking at relic 10, same thing. Vayne relic 10. Cool. They've got Maul at relic 10. Stranger at relic 10. Ouch time. Can't say I'm looking forward to this round. I mean, for clarity, I did win the last round, but it did feel a bit lucky. They managed to get to my back wall, but then they dropped twice on Jabba. And I don't know what caused that. I'm tempted to reach out to them, but I don't particularly want to antagonize them, shall we say. So, yeah, I'm going to wait for the GA history there, but they dropped on my Stranger, which I think was after my stream. So I don't know exactly what happened. But they have cleared these two walls without losing anything before. So yeah, at least we got the win. It should prevent me from dropping into Carver 2 if I lose this one. But yeah, not ideal. I'm curious what that strategy would be, Mol. Oh, do you mean your opponent's strategy? Alright, no drops on this wall. Trench, Finn, Enoch, Thor, and DTMG not getting a hold. South wall. Rey and Balin didn't hold, but Stranger got 5. Ahsoka didn't hold, Pirate King Hondo didn't hold. Bat wall. No holds from Jabba this time. Caloran, Mace, Tarkin, or Jules N. Darth Vader. Fleet, no holds. Alright. We've got Jules N. Vader with the full out DC. We've got Sword, Luthen, and Kara. We've got Stranger, Starkiller, and Maul. We've got Satele, Jolie, and JKR. We've got Jabba, Chrysanthemum, and Boosh. South Wall. We've got Wookiees. We've got Stormtrooper Luke. We've got Rey, Ben, Cal. We've got Ahsoka, Ezra, Huyang. And we've got Hondo, Vayne, Brutus. Okay. Quite a bit to chew over here. I set 2 hardest meta teams on defense with a bunch of other mid other teams and kept everything for offense. Nothing really holding anyway right now, so I might as well go for the high score. I get what you're saying. Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. Always appreciate you taking a bit of time, man. I know what you're getting at there, Mol, in terms of... I feel like if you're talking about something like a Stranger, you just saw there how it got 5. Now, if I'd have done the same thing in principle, well, you know, like set Stranger there, maybe put Pirate King Hondo on the other wall, I could have bled banners that way and then just played for efficiency on offense, but it's a risk, isn't it? Because if you do lose the efficiency battle, then it does look bad, doesn't it? It's a hard one to juggle, I think. But I understand the logic for sure. Right. This worked well last time. Let's do it again. I'm thinking, even though it's R10 Rey, maybe we could do Ufus, because there's no Ezra. I mean, it's a Bad Batch Cron Bull. There's nothing too crazy there, so yeah, it does feel like we could do something, or something that isn't too crazy. Maybe we use this Cron, or the BB-8 Cron, maybe? Glat. Let's have a look here. That's Terminator, so that rules out the Great Mothers. So I think we do. I think we gotta do Leia. I'm just trying to think, what is Leia being pulled? What is Leia being dragged into at the moment? Like, if you were setting something to pull out a Leia on the front, what would that be? I mean, Lord Vader could be one, but that'd be strange. I don't know. I don't think there's anything there that screams like you've got to do this to pull out a Leia. I do have a dark side one to match, but I have heard that it goes a bit skew with. The turn order can get messed up, so I figure let's just play it safe. I think it was Vextron who was talking about it. Ooh, wow, I haven't got light side crons available. I mean, to make sure we get through this, I'll use that, but man, we're bare bones. Could I use a dark side cron here just to... Yeah, I won't save that for Lord Vader, so... Yeah, we don't really have anything here. Offense. Go on, we'll use the Chrysanthemum one because I know I've messed up there. Alright, Wookiees. Let me just sort some other things out I know what I need to do. So, Lord Vader, and I know I want to use the Athano Cron. Satele, I'm pretty sure the Great Mothers can beat Satele. Maybe I'm imagining that, but I did hear that. Or I think I heard that. You know, obviously Jolie can revive, but would it matter? I've been doing the Vandal mission with just 4 randoms. It'd probably be easier if you had Chrysanthemum, you know, like... Just in the sense he's going to just save Jabba getting absolutely pummeled, but you can do it without. It's pretty funny. I haven't encountered Saw without without Balin for a while. I've actually forgotten what's good at countering him. Bo-Katan? Go on, Bo-Katan's fine for me. Right, what we're using for Jabba, is it Afra? Yeah. By the way, sorry if anyone does get a bit blurry-eyed when I'm scrolling like this. I know I can do it a little bit quick, but honestly, I don't want to be just taking forever scrolling. I know some people might have funny eyes or whatever. Powerful. I have not seen a Wookiee thing. Malgus? Malgus seems fair. Queen. I don't feel like I've got a lot of crons left. I'm going to try Maz this time. Alright, I'm going to remove that from there, and I'm going to put that on Maz. Which means this is going to have something a bit more random. Maybe go for that Asajj one. Stormtrooper Luke. Something tells me this wouldn't need something too big. I don't mind trying that. DR. You know what? I'm going to swap that around. I'm going to put the Chodakron. Yeah, I'm going to put Chodakron on Malgus. Okay. So we got a plan. Let's see how it plays. Let's start with Rey. Do need to remember next round to shift my crons around a little bit. I don't like having the Chrysanthemum cron like this. Saying that, I'd argue the Bounty Hunter one is probably a bit better, so... Alright, let's just do that for now. I do want to get Cal out, but I feel... let's do that for now, just to increase those cooldowns if we can. That's okay. Okay, let's basic here. Okay, we're still standing. Let's go there. Let's do that so that Maul gets DI. Get Ben into damage immunity. Throw some rocks. Ugh. Okay, so Maul's gone. Oh, nope, he just about hung in there. Let's just base it for now. Ooh. Oh, okay. We're dead. Okay, okay. If I can solo this, this is beautiful. Maybe not, but I can at least get ban. Okay. 12. I will take that. It looked like it was going to be worse. Oh, 5 first, I'm thinking. Just time our nasty ups. Feels so weird having to hold back on that special. Right, formal. Right, get up, gassy baby. Alright. Keep the inspired off. Still standing. Cool. 31. Right, let's go into Hondo. You're going to get around 325 to 350 gems from Road tomorrow. Nice. If I remember right, didn't you say that you've moved guild recently? So that's a nice little improvement, I imagine. Well, at least in terms of the rope rewards in general, if not the crystals. Okay. All right. Okay, pass that to Kenobi. Alright, no Brutus return. Hey up, Don. Just glimpsing out the corner of my eye at the chat. Just make sure I get this one done. Hope you're doing alright, man. Let's just get rid of that. Hondo's a slippery sod. Right, pass that there. Right, stealing from Cap, that's not nice. Oh, come on! How high is his bleeding dodge chance? It's got to be crazy high. Need to recharge my ult. Okay, there. Thank you. Alright, 54. Right, let me scroll back up, see what's been said. Yeah, you make crystals, but yeah, it's hard as we just barely have around 225 million GP. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a problem. I mean, unfortunately, people aren't contributing. It's a case of the guilds probably... It needs a bit of support. That's the best thing I can say. You know, different types of guilds have different ways of doing things. And yeah, as long as you're in a guild, that's good for you. That's the main thing, really. But you ever think to yourself, maybe I could be doing better, don't be afraid to look for another guild. Alright. Let's go for Glath. Yep, there's Retaliate. I think Dark Disciple is Retribution. That might have been what you were thinking, Ada. Alright, let's go for it. That's done. It's lovely. Lovely. I'll be honest, right? I haven't actually looked at that challenge. $56. Yeah, Retaliate there. Fair enough. Alright, Wookiees. Choda. Ironic in a way, using the Chodacron against the Chodacron. Right, I don't want to waste anything here, so I'm just going to do that to force a taunt. Hey up! Yeah, I've been climbing a little bit of late. Been a good season and a half, I'd say. How you doing, man? Okay. Okay, nearly through Clone Wars Chewie. Feels like I do need to get Powerful on lockdown. Yeah, I mean, I was still doing videos on YouTube, but I did slow down with the streams. I wanted to see if, like, creating videos was more productive, but I think the change was negligible, you know what I mean? Alright, so I think we're going to drop a few banners here unless Coda decides to debuff us, but it's not too bad how this has ended up. I really do not want him hitting... Oh, let's just take him out. 54. Not the best of banners, but it was a one-shot. It's a tricky one. The guy's got 15 Relic 10s to my 0. That's probably the headline, shall we say. But we're going to see if we can actually keep up with him. He did attack, just to be clear, because I haven't shown you the score. He got 2048 before I turned up. He did drop on my Stranger team, but everything else was one shot. So I've already dropped one. Itchy Bum Wasabi. I've already dropped on Ray, so we haven't got much wiggle room at this point. I think I said I was going to do the Asajj Cron for this. Yeah. Alright, let's just hit pawn, I guess. We got to chew through them both anyway, so I might as well have at it. Right, we will jump there. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Oh, okay, Stormtrooper got in the way. Yeah, I think I saw you the other day. I was just happened to be looking as well. Come on, gaze protection down. Oh, you little swine. I know what's causing it's the bloody Zeta, but it's still irritating. Go on, let's just make sure they aren't taking turns at least. Right, come on. Oh, okay, 53. Banner-wise, that sucks, but there's a one-shot. Okay, let's save our progress here. And let's see what the back wall's holding. Oh, hang on. Clicking all over the place, trying to get what I want on my screen. There we go. Okay, so we've got Tarkin. We've got Enoch. We've got Finn Zori Finn. We've got Rex 5s. And we've got Balin. Alright, that feels like we've got a bit of wiggle room. Let's just back out of this. And let's just load this up. Okay. Not planning on doing Satil. She wasn't really ready. Probably still won't be ready for this round. Or the next one, I should say. We're going to do Great Mothers. I think that is a counter. If anyone can contradict that, please do before I go for it. Balin. Balin's a funny sod right now, isn't he? I'm wondering if we do Seabane or Slacker even. I think we do Seabane on Balin. My data Cronkins are really going down though. This is why I don't like threes. I run out so fast. Let's just pencil a few things in and I'll come back to that. Rex 5s, ideally, I would do Treya. Just for the fact, even if we haven't got the lead affecting things, we can isolate 5s and just chip away at them. So let's throw that DC in. Okay. That's good to know. Queen would be nice there because they'll hit the Handmaiden and get punished. Inquisitor's there. And then maybe JML there. Afra we're going to do on Jabba, but totally agree. No worries, man. I completely respect that. I'm going to say, I mean, to be honest, right, just based on what I've gone through, I think Seabane's probably fair. You know what I mean? In the sense that even if that Polito, thank you for the follow. Even if I'm wrong with the Great Mothers versus Satil, we've got Slacker in reserve, so that would definitely get through. I mean, arguably we could just do Slacker to start, but it would be nice to know if that works or not. But then again, no. We are struggling for banners, so yeah. Let's not gamble, I guess. It's the usual Stranger comp, yeah. I think we mess around with Crons when we get to there, so let's focus on this North Wall in the short term. Let's go to the Stranger for the first battle. Oh, sorry, it's Lord Vader versus Stranger, and it's Blacker versus Satil. Yeah, I recognise this screen's a little bit small at times. I would love to find a way to make it a bit bigger for you guys, especially if you're on mobile or anything. It's Jolie and JKR. And I've already used Watt. Okay. Is that even with Jolie? 'Cause obviously you can revive with the Omicron, can't you? Yeah. That's where Savior then kicks in into it. I don't know who, but I assume Savior would trigger on one of them. Is it order? So like the leader, then the leader would get saved, but then Jolie would die. If so, that's all right. But just genuine questions. I've never actually heard on what that is. Croissant, I'll give you 10 out of 10 for the wording for that. It's definitely got me thinking there in terms of what might be the best approach. The teal was saved. Let's get this one out of the way. I feel like just getting rid of Stranger is an important part of the process here. Alright, here comes the Star Destroyer. Alright, basic. We got our ult. Alright, chill. We get the ult. Ugh. I know I've heard people saying very recently that it's probably worth full auto in this, but I would like to at least get one of them down manually. Okay. Getting that. Oh, come on, Starkiller, you got 10 dots then. Am I wrong for thinking he counted someone as a stealth then? Feels like he was breaking the rules a touch there. I don't know if there's something that affects it. Come on, die, Starkiller. Okay. Feels a bit better now. Just giving it enough time, especially with Relic 10 involved. I mean, for what it's worth, I don't blame anyone who's got an R10 mull doing this. Well, you know, in terms of like actually, if you got a 7-star mull, taking it up to R10 because it's so bloody frustrating. You could probably win rounds just because you frustrate your opponent into having to do this. Alright, Stranger out. That would be very nice. I mean, I'd like to think soon enough we'll have it. Alright, 56. At least we did get through it. Just for argument's sake, if I did this... I was going to use the Embocron on Maz, but maybe I could shift that to the Wampacron. I mean, that's health and defense. Alright, just shifting my teams around. We're going to do Slacker on Balin. Come on, let's see how this plays out. Okay, so we get our ult. Right, just checking there wasn't instant defeat immunity. Hey, perfect. Maybe save is triggered on Raven. $58. Not bad, that. Gonna say, good call, folks. Oh, wrong one I was clicking on. I wouldn't. I'm going to say, don't get me wrong, right? When I take advice from chat, I always say to myself, it's my thing for choosing it. You know what I mean? If I lose, it's down to me for saying yes, it's the thing to do. So yeah, and every time I might just have a moment where I'm like, okay, I didn't think that would work, but I'm always kind of the ultimate source of blame. You know what I mean? All right, let's get in here. We got scoundrels. Where are you? Let's go. Oh, I did forget I was going to Bane. Hey, that's good to know, Dom. I like to be useful every now and again. I wonder if we do Slacker on instead of Maz on Jules End. Let me just bring this over. do Slacker on Jules' End. And then Bane here.
Soul searching, fall apart.
That could be fun.
Tunnel vision, hiding in the dark.
Anyway, let's see how Jab Jab gets taken down.
Before I really bleed. Salvation,
Okay, so let's cool them down. The hot stuff.
said I never could change. I
Burn, baby, burn.
could change. They said I never could change.
Hang on.
Damn right.
I've got to do it now I've said that.
Leave the light on. Leave the light on. Just leave the light on. Yeah, leave the light on.
Alright, bring in the droid.
If I'll ever change.
I could have sworn RG90 had some counter chance in his kit. Maybe I'm imagining it.
Been dreaming of Nashville, Tennessee. While the cold here in Sweden got the best of me. Well, haven't I
I say BT1's Anthem, that's why I'm playing it.
done that yet? Like deadlines, rents due, bills pile up, family day in, day out, the clock's
Okay, 56.
kids deserve so much more than this. Gotta get rich. You said I never could ever
Especially when he does his little damaging everyone move. Alright, let's get Slacker on the board. Alright, get Stormtrooper Luke's Cron for a bit of armor pen. I wish I'd got more of them reroll materials. Let's just give Mara a whack. Ugh, okay. Right, just wipe, take away all that nasty stuff. Yeah, Hook, sadly. Can you get a kill here? No, maybe I'm being a bit greedy asking for that. Alright, 54. That's okay. Right, I'm going for a slight change from my plan, which is instead of BAM, we're going for Paz. I doubt it's that much of an issue, but we'll see. Kind of like the idea of countering. Now, was that countering? He does have counter chance, doesn't he? Or am I? Well, retribution. Or have I just made that up? Alright, well, do that. Well, I'm not a fan of the fear. Yeah, we've started a bit slow at the gate here. I think it's got to be sad. Right, let's just do that. Luthen, you've been very annoying with that fear. I hope you know that. Alright, yep, he comes back. Right, definitively this is not going on my list of favourite counters. One second, I didn't read all of that, but... Ooh, okay, so they've got the bomb thing, right. The AI's been really canny with that, targeting IG-12. Okay. Please say you've got a special... Oh, there we go. We can actually try and go for this. Damn it. Nothing's stopping me. Thank you. Got rid of the git. Or one of the gits. Okay. Right, bit of breach on them. That is nice to see. Okay, absolutely filthy battle. 54 is... I'm just glad for that one to be over and done with. Right. Wall down. Right, I'm actually just going back at the game a minute. I want to just see what my score is. Like, relative to theirs. Did you see they changed the Cal level 9 ability, but now you'd have to re-roll the level 9, hope you get it again, or start a new DC? I haven't, no. So, is that essentially they've... Whatever the Cal 9 was, you've still got it in your roster, but if you want the new one, you'd have to go and get a new DC. I'm just trying to see how far behind I am here. My max score is 2069. So, what's that? 21 banners wiggle room. A little bit scary, that. I mean, I can't say I like that, I'll be honest. I mean, considering the set's just ended. I can't remember if I've got reroll mats from TW. Yeah, that seems a bit broken. Yeah, I haven't got any reroll mats. I mean, it's good, yeah. It's just one of those where it's like, okay, I wonder why they changed it that late. Yeah, if anything, I'd do what I just did, look at like a grubby one like Veton and just see if you could reroll that if you were to do it. Right, let's get Bane in. I mean, that is a good positive as well, yeah. Alright. Shin didn't last too long. Alright, 55. Oh, click. There we go. I'd hope this works. Right, so let's just do that for use it. Let's isolate there. Let's keep that there. That feels a bit broken. Am I wrong there? Like, surely the Annihilate should have worked, even if Fives was there. Or am I just completely forgetting something? Alright, that was clutch timing. I've got no idea. I don't know if anyone has got, like, watching on YouTube or, like, if you've got Twitch, Rewind, but let me know, because nothing I could see said, "Yeah, that's not an insta-kill." I mean, if anything, I thought I could get Captain Rex and Rex. Well, sorry, not Captain Rex and Rex, Rex and Fives. Yeah, very strange. I mean, we got the 57, but that was just weird. Croissant, you thankfully remembered your game center email and password, so now you can also play on your phone. That's not bad. I mean, how I view it, I feel like it'd be nice if they could find a way to, how do I put it? The other day I was on the SWOG Events Discord and I saw a message from someone to Meathead saying that they'd had some issues connecting their EA Play account to like their main account. So essentially, there was like a issue connecting the two. I think Meathead actually reached out to him directly and tried to solve it. I don't know if they did, but it's one of those where I'm like, they could do with finding a way of connecting the PC account to something other than EA Play, just so that if there are issues with EA Play, people can still use the PC client. I don't know if they want to do that because maybe that opens up a door they don't like, but it would be nice. Sacrifice was delayed. Still a bit iffy though, isn't it? Oh, that's a fair. It was the Kodachron. Surely not. My knowledge. Cody's Chron, if I remember right, doesn't have anti-revive, does it? I know Captain Rex has got a level on there, but I didn't think it was anything too impactful for that. Oh, your iPad is, right. Yeah, whenever Captain Rex inflicts a debuff on an enemy, there is a 50% chance to dispel all buffs on that enemy. So it wasn't that impactful. And the other two are Cody and Kicks for that, so it's not like that's a full-on cron for him. Yeah, I could understand it if that was how it was meant to be, but nothing I've ever seen would imply that's the case, because surely what should happen is Rex stands there at, say, his current health and protection, but Fives takes the hit for him. You'd have thought that'd be the way, if one thing, but I was honestly thinking it could be a twofer in the sense that Rex would go down and Fives would sacrifice trying to save him, even though he can't. So yeah, I feel like there was something wrong there. And I'm glad I'm not the only one who's kind of questioning it, but yeah, very peculiar. All right, I never put a DC down here, so let's go with this. Oh, lovely, 57. Nothing hits harder than power like that. You know, it just makes you go, ooh, little endorphin it. All right. We've got Raver versus Enoch. Okay, they've all got Purge, so we can do that. Bye-bye, Enoch. Um, it's a bit of an odd question that Croissant, because depending on what your roster's looking like, there's plenty of good things to farm, but it's hard to say without knowing. Right, that's a banner bleed I didn't need. Yeah, I think we might be out here. It might still be possible, but it's unlikely, shall we say. Yeah, it's strong. I actually didn't think it was that strong, if I'm going to be honest. I thought Raver would have been able to handle it a bit. You know what? Full auto. Just see if the AI can work it out quicker. That's very strange. Again, I can't remember anything in Fives, Rex, Brax's kit that would negate an insta-kill. At least in terms of against that kind of squad. Could really do with Jar Jar getting these death marks. Did I get an insta kill there? If I did, I just hit a 1 in 100 shot, haven't I? I'll take it. 36. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that. So yeah, I probably lose this round just because I didn't realize how Raven was going to lose that. But I think we haven't done bad despite that. You know, it's like you kind of know you're going to have a rough round. I think to only lose by something like that is, if not nice, it's still kind of acceptable. You know, not like complete losing a face. Right, let's. Can I hold on for a second? I saw we got another Deadpool emote. Yeah, I loved how your mind instantly went to a toxic one. It was a fun event, though. I'll agree there for sure. I didn't play it much, but what I did play was fun. My gut's telling me I can't, but I'll tell you what. I'll back out again. And I'll just do the math, just see if we have got a shot. Come on. I know it takes a second pull it. Nah, I can't pull it back. My max is 2036. So yeah, they get the win. But we can at least clear the ships just to finish the job. It's a bit of a shame that. Yeah, that will come down to Raver. I mean, I don't think I was completely crazy for doing that, but I suppose it's a question of what else did I have left. That was maybe a bit safer. Yeah, drop it in the chat. Usually, I'll tell you what, if you haven't seen it already, my Discord should be popping up. Feel free to join there. Usually, there's someone in there who can answer questions, if not me, from about SWGOH. Okay. Prof. I was going to do Prof, and then I think, no, we'll switch that. We'll do Executor. Oh, that's strange. It isn't popping up for you. Give me 1 second, finish this battle, and I'll get it to pop up, unless someone fancies typing exclamation Discord for me. Yeah, a bit late, but it got there. All right, let's mark Marauder. I've lost a few banners here and there in terms of their protection going. Not the wisest call there from Marauder, but I don't think it had a choice. Right, double tap that. Nope. Single tap it was. It'd be nice if I could stall to get some banners back, but I don't think I've got it in me. Actually, saying that, I'm not far off max. I don't know why I felt like I needed stall. Where did I recover them from? Yeah, it's just Razor Crest that's behind a bit. All right, I'll take it. Oh, oh, I heard a parody of this song recently from Alex Horn, and it gets stuck in my head a bit now. I can't remember what he called it. I think it was the How Longathon or something. And pretty much for like 24 hours, they just kept singing How Long Has This Been Going On? Brilliant idea for a charity event, but man, oh man, it's how they didn't lose their minds doing it, I don't know. There we go. Another little thing to keep in mind, if you're unsure about what to be farming, your guild usually is a good guideline for it in terms of they'll have their own goals like TB, raid, whatever. So they're usually a good point of reference as far as what they are looking for from you. Like even if it's a very casual guild that doesn't have clear goals as such, or they're very more casual, there'll still be things that they know they need or want. Maybe they bring in a vulture or some. Is that the main vulture? Right, so they won't bring in a vulture. It could be Sunfac. Either way, something could be bought in and die, so I'm happy about that. Ooh, don't like that. Yeah, I think we lose Fury here. Ooh, Fury's hanging in there. Oh, not the one I wanted. Uh, yeah. Uh, oh, okay. Recover a bit. Oh, okay. That sounds about right. Bugs? There's no bugs. It's an intended feature. It's like how for the longest time Negotiator was deliberately able to make ships immortal. Until they deemed, no, we don't really want that. Yeah, so ultimately 19 banners behind. That one is a bit of a gut punch because if I hadn't to drop that battle with Raver, I would have won. Yeah. What can I say? A little bit frustrating, but it is how it is. Let me close this down for a second. Let's have a look at what I had got available still. I got Maz, I got Great Mothers. Probably Great Mothers could have been better. Omega, maybe, with the Bad Batch, maybe. Yeah, a few funny ones there, but something tells me there was something a bit cleaner. I'll say a bit cleaner. Something that could one shot. Alright. We'll have a think about that moving forward. Right, so before I go, I knew I had this open for something. I want to show you guys something. If I go here, I mentioned it earlier. I haven't uploaded anything yet, but this is the new channel I have created. I'm not sure if I'm going to change the name before I actually go full on launching it. But if anyone would like to do me a solid and drop a sub, or just try and gain some early momentum for it, it would be very much appreciated. I've just done that there and I realised my button here for some reason isn't working. Why not? Streamerbot's being arsey, so let me try that again here. There we go. But yeah, like I said, if anyone can just do me a solid, see if I can get the channel started up, then it's just one of these things where it gives it a little bit of early momentum. So I would very much appreciate it. My hope is I can get it started for Tuesday. Or maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, in the sense that I can do the new card, the new season. No worries, Croissant. Appreciate the follow anytime. For what it's worth, thank you for the follow. For what it's worth, I'm going to still do streams here and all that if I do Snap. I'm not going to create multiple Twitch channels because that seems to me like absolute chaos, just managing them all. But yeah, a bit like Snappy said, I've been doing Snap on the SWGOH channel as it's kind of going to become. And it was kind of always confusing the algorithm, in my opinion. So I thought, at the very least, I'm going to try and force it into one specific direction. And then, yeah, see how it goes. But yeah, that is it for this stream. So, plan is to back Monday for the final round. Hopefully, we can go for a 2-1 week. In the meantime, can I find a raid for you, fine folk? See if someone's online. Vex is on. Considering how often I preach the word of Vex, I'm going to send us there, and I'm sure he'll be on YouTube as well. So if you're on YouTube, feel free to follow along to him there. Let's get the raid launched. And yeah, I'll be seeing you all soon, folks. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your weekend. And yeah, bye for now.